Good morning, y'all. Looks like we got some more Kevin Hart drama here. Let's get into it. Ain't no need to waste no time. Let's see what happened.
Kevin Hart just pissed off black people again and reignited the hate mob against them. Now, his response, I personally don't have a problem with. I just don't think it was smart at all to do. He came on specifically to respond back to the recent backlash he was getting because George Floyd family has made it pretty clear they not rocking with Kevin at all. And they made it clear during an interview with Lauren LaRosa when they brought up the Kevin Hart roast and they brought up how Tony Hinchcliffe during this roast, as well as other roasts, disrespected George Floyd, made fun of George Floyd, made George Floyd the subject of discussion when, George Floyd was not in the room, and a roast is supposed to be a roast of the people in the room. Now, he made this clear while talking to Lauren LaRosa, and George Floyd family also did an interview with TMZ.
Thank you for joining me. I feel like we all...
I figured the family, if anybody, would have been offended by, those type of jokes. Like I said in my last video, I figured I could see if the family probably was offended by that shit, But let's see what's going on.
Always have to have conversations around these things. So, I apologize for that. But yeah, I think, sometimes the conversations are needed for people to hear from you guys as George Floyd's family firsthand. So I know you had saw some of the comments that we had made at the Breakfast Club in response to Tony Hinchcliffe and the George Floyd joke that was, said at the Kevin Hart roast.
You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
And you wanted to kind of talk a bit about that. So just let me know, number one, did you watch the roast just as a Kevin Hart fan, or did you hear about it afterward?
I heard about it afterwards, and I understand a roast,
brother.
Let me just clarify that. I understand a roast, and but from what I understand about a roast is about what you joke about that person specifically. So the reason why I felt kind of uneasy is because I was trying to figure out what did that have to do? What kind of punchline was that?
Y'all heard me co-sign those sentiments when I made...
The joke wasn't funny to me. It didn't... The punchline wasn't there. It wasn't delivered right. That's what I said too. He didn't deliver it right to me. I'm not a family of George Floyd or anything. It's just that the joke didn't hit. You know what I'm saying?
My video on the joke, I just thought, how many more opportunities do black folks have to give Tony Hinchcliffe to disrespect us? George Floyd was not in the room. It was a roast of people in the room. He brought up George Floyd because he knew what he was doing. He has brought up George Floyd in every other roast he has done. And that's something the family has also touched on. This man keeps on bringing up George Floyd to disrespect him. He has this weird obsession with George Floyd. And quite frankly, I think the weird obsession comes because he understands that it's going to piss off black people. And that's his aim when he does these things. He wants to piss off black people. He can't thrive without us. He wants our reaction. And this time it worked brilliantly. All right. We are calling it out because, at what point is enough? So the brother does speak on that. He does touch on how Tony Hinchcliffe made a George Floyd joke during the Tom Brady roast.
And I'm gonna speak from my point of view is comedy. A roast is a roast is without that one person. Comedy is to make people, laugh and enjoy themselves. It's not supposed to be where you feel some type of way after you leave the room. You're supposed to leave with healing and happiness, and that wasn't the case. And I'm speaking from my point of view about my brother and from my family, but I'm even gonna go as far as the other topics with Bill Cosby. Those are other people's issues, and you don't know what kind of trauma and tragedy that family was going through.
I thought the Bill Cosby joke was funny. I can't hold you. What did he say? Who said that about the Bill Cosby joke? Said that just like Bill Cosby, women don't know when you're inside of them or something like that. I can't remember. That was a 3-hour-long roast. I actually thought that one was pretty funny. It was delivered well. That one was pretty funny to me. I liked that joke. That one was funny. Like I said, I understand the family being offended by that joke, and apparently Tony is some racist dude. I don't fucking know him, so I'm just looking at this as a bunch of fucking comedians getting together roasting a bunch of motherfuckers. That's how I look at the roast, you know what I'm saying?
So stick to just who you supposed to be roasting. That's just my feeling on it.
I don't agree with that.
And in us covering this,
cool.
I started to kind of like research, because when I first saw the statement, there was a line about the rep who spoke out for Gianna and the George Floyd organization that said something about you guys as a family mentioning his obsession with your brother, with George Floyd. So it made me, in the room, Just Hilarious asked, like, well, was this the first time that he mentioned something? And I went back and I realized that he had gotten some pushback back in 2024 when he joked about George Floyd, or made a reference to George Floyd during the Tom Brady roast.
Look like the final boss in George Floyd, the video game.
But would it be in the second time? Do you feel like it's even more of a disrespect, or like does that kind of compile onto things for you?
I would say it's totally disrespectful. It's totally disrespectful, but
I think the brother did a great job at articulating what the general consensus is and critique on the roast, and Tony Hinchcliffe bringing up George Floyd during the roast. Now, Kevin Hart came on a Breakfast Club, and I'll be real, Kevin Hart didn't handle this great at all, not one bit. Now, you kind of understand his response and understand his frustration of, hey, I didn't make the joke, why y'all mad at me?
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like it's
and as it should be, in my unpopular opinion. I love race jokes. I mean, I love dark humor. I love a good race joke, long as it's a joke and long as it's delivered correctly, and it has to be funny. Like, unless it's just me. I mean, I'm unoffendable. I mean, try all day. I'm not offendable. I'm one of those kids that, bitch, you can't offend me if you try type shit. You know what I'm saying? But race definitely on the table for me when it comes to joking, when it comes to comedy. All right, because I feel like this generation is trying to kill fucking comedy. It's becoming too sensitive, and I understand the George Floyd thing. Okay, that it wasn't funny. It didn't come out right. It just, and apparently he said something else about it on the Tom Brady roast that I didn't watch. I didn't even know about it. Did I? I might have to go back and watch it. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm looking at it like that. You're trying to kill comedy. Race is on the table for me.
I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new.
Every fucking year. Look at the Flavor of Love one. They call that nigga a crispy, crackety, crunchy monkey. Bitch, when I tell you I was on the floor. And I watched it after dark, honey. Comedy Central after dark, cussing everything. And what Flav say? They got to pay me, boy. Like, please. Like, I love people like that can take a good ass joke. That's what I love it.
It's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set.
People did not like this at all. Now, if he honestly feels...
Kev, he had the best set. I don't agree with that. Cat Williams had the best set. You feel me? Cat Williams tore the stage down to the ground. And also Cheryl Underwood. I think that was who that was. She was funny too. I thought she was about to get up there and talk about Jesus jokes because I think they said she a gospel comedian now. I was about to be like that, but she tore it down too. I don't think he had the best set. Even the host was pretty funny to me, much as he cussed. Y'all know I love to cuss, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, is his right to say it. Me personally, I did not think that Tony Hinchcliffe had the best set at all.
No.
I think that Chelsea Handler, his op, had a better set than him.
Cap. That's a fucking lie. She was definitely not funny to me. I don't know what it was. Chelsea was not funny to me at all. She actually had one of the worst ones. Her, along with who that was, Serena and Venus. I don't know what the hell they had going on. I was like, what the fuck? Why? Just why? Like, it was a mess. They need to let me do a roast. Lady Blues roast, goddamn it. I'm offending every goddamn body. Just know that. Be there, be square.
Lizzo. Now, hers was underrated. Now, again, I wouldn't go as far as saying she was better than Tony Hinchcliffe, but, hers was underrated. The black guy who roasted Kevin Hart, I don't know his name, he, to me, had a better set than Tony Hinchcliffe. But Kevin Hart obviously has no problem with what Tony Hinchcliffe did. We now know, by the way, that like Kevin Hart and the producers actually got a chance to hear all the jokes beforehand.
They wrote it.
So Kevin Hart got a chance to hear the Tony Hinchcliffe George Floyd joke, and he approved it, right? He had no problem with it being in there. Now, if Kevin Hart would have came and stood on business, cool. But he flip-flopped too much for me during his interview. Started off with, man, Tony Hinchcliffe had the best set is comedy, get over it, to, why y'all blaming me? I don't like it either. I think it's BS. I think it's,
Fuck
he
that.
even say, yo, he called
like
Steven Jackson, which is like George Floyd homie and really close to George Floyd family, right after the set before it even went public, to apologize to Steven Jackson, say, hey, bro, man, listen, man, it was a roast. It got out of hand, bro. I couldn't do nothing. So if you didn't feel this was a problem, then why did you call Steven Jackson immediately afterwards, right?
I think they should have called him first. Just how, what's his name, called Cheryl Underwood to ask, can they make a joke about her husband that committed? I think they probably should have did that. That would have been a little more appropriate so the family wouldn't be offended, call and ask, like, can I use this joke, for the roast or whatever. I think they probably should have did that instead of calling afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
And the most annoying part of it all is Kevin Hart acting like he had no power whatsoever, that he was powerless and he couldn't have done anything to ramify this situation.
Would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what... I know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I know your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said...
No shot to you.
No, he expected you to kind of be the person that would, like, stop it right in the moment or just not allow for certain things to happen.
And he also said he wanted you to come harder. He said, if they want to joke, why you ain't come harder with your own jokes?
All right,
racist jokes.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See,
they talked about my dead mom and my dead dad.
Yes, they did.
Said that they were running a train on my mom.
Yeah,
right.
That was fun.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was Regina killed that.
That shit was hilarious. I was on the floor on that part, honey. I ain't even gonna lie. They was talking about how Kevin Hart daddy was a crackhead and shit. I was on the floor. That's my type of comedy right there. I was on the floor.
Right?
Yes,
wait, that's right. You probably should say
the jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor.
I love humor.
I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right?
That's
in this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a reaction? Like, Tony told a joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke to us.
It wasn't funny.
We didn't like it. Okay. Hey, man, that joke. We move on. I don't understand why we stand on a hill and it becomes like this big thing of like, oh, man, they do this and they're attacking the culture. It doesn't have to be that. It literally is either you're a fan of this level of content or you're not. And if you're not a fan, then you don't watch it.
Don't fucking watch it. I swear to God. Y'all, how many times do I say that? I say that about my own channel. Because I talk shit. I talk mad shit about anybody. I don't give a damn if you're Asian, black, white, goddamn Mexican, Jewish, Christian, Muslim. I don't give a damn if I'm gonna talk shit, okay? And it is what it is. If you don't like my comedy, slide to the left. There are millions of other channels on YouTube. That's how I feel about it. But I'm gonna be myself genuinely all the time, period.
Oh, Kevin Hart was not helpless, right? Even if Kevin Hart is saying, we're gonna do stand up and stop it. Okay, cool, right? That's too much, right? You had a mic. You had your time to come on afterwards. You had the last words on the show. You couldn't use your voice as a comedian to counter the hate. You couldn't go at Tony Hinchcliffe on the mic. If these people are getting every opportunity to verbally abuse us and be nasty towards us and put hate towards our way, then why can't one of us take that mic and go at him and go at Tony Hinchcliffe and go at Shane Gillis and speak up for us? Cheryl Underwood attempted to do so, but she's a woman at the end of the day, man, right? Like, as a comedian, she probably ain't on the level of a Kevin Hart. So if we look at you as one of us, yo, why you ain't hit that mic and go to war for us? It don't gotta be hostile or no, you could have just went at him how he went at us. We didn't see you do it at all.
Cause he ain't funny enough.
When Kevin,
but it would have been Cat Williams up there. I never stop talking about Cat Williams on this channel, because Cat Williams, first of all, top tier. He very much funnier than Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Cat Williams can go at any fucking body. Can we get a Cat Williams roast? You feel me? Can we get a Cat Williams roast? I think that would be way better. I need to be there too, so bring it to Charleston. You feel me? I need to be there. I need to be on stage. I'm ready, bitch. Like, please let me come.
Hart gives this new standard for how we should operate in life, right? If you don't like it, don't watch it and ignore it. Imagine if we had that standard for everything in life. You know, Chud the Builder? Chud is going around.
We ain't not for everything. We ain't saying for everything, Flock. We saying for comedy. I feel bad for y'all when Scary Movie 6 come out, because Marlon Wayans told me personally that we offending every motherfucking body. And baby, when I tell you I'm gonna be the first one up in that theater matinee, I'm ready. Please, I'm ready. How they gonna try to cancel Scary Movie 6. Oh my God, cancel culture. Oh my God. Sensitive ass motherfuckers.
Calling random black people the N-word and victimizing them in person. If the standard was, why critique something you don't like? Just don't watch it. So black folks should have been quiet, not watch the content, and have Chud and his racist fans and his audience.
That's not what he said, Flop. He talking about for comedy. He ain't saying for everything in fucking life. He's not talking about a situation like no Chud the Builder, which I might do a video on that. I'm trying to catch up on the news, what been going on this week in these videos. And then next week we'll be back on our regularly scheduled programs. So, yeah, I might do a video on that, and I might not, but we'll see.
Like, denigrate black people, attack black people, victimize black people, and get wealthy off of victimizing black people, and black people should have kept quiet, not critique it, and just go about our business because he's not victimizing us because we don't live in Clarksville. Imagine if that standard was applied to everything else. Just imagine, right? Just imagine if people who victimize kids and children now know in their heart, well, I could victimize children on the internet, and people who don't like children don't watch my content anyways, and they can't critique me because that's the new rule. You can't critique things you don't agree with. Like, clearly that's not the standard at all.
We talking
and Kevin Hart is essentially asking us, hey man, these white folks pay me to put on this roast, bro. Why y'all making it hot, bro? Why y'all coming online and being vocal about how much y'all hate it, bro? Chill, man. Chill. That's what he's asking us to do. Now, some people might think that he's spitting. No. I think he's full of ish. I think Kevin Hart could have delivered this message a little better.
My last note for all attached to this is very simple, okay? Whatever the headlines or whatever the dialogue is, my rebuttal is simplicity. Remove me from it. I didn't say it. If you are upset that the night went on, that's a different conversation. It's nothing I can do. It's a production. It's a live production. I'm not compromising the live production for a reaction of what? What do you want me to do? I'm going to drag him off? You want me to fight afterwards? You want me to turn it into like what? That's not what I agreed to do. That's not the job at hand. The job at hand was to produce a successful roast, which I did. I also got the rebuttal. I also got to say at the end. What are we dealing with here? I'll say it again. Stop talking as if I said it. Mm-hmm. So when you say the family and the family's affected, I didn't disrespect the family. Showed up for the family when it happened. Made sure that the family felt supported. Made sure that all things there were actually cool. Behind the scenes, just as an example, you know the one person that I talked to? Oh. And I'm not even going to tell you the conversation? Stephen Jackson.
Oh, I know he caught that.
That's because that's my nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, Stack, let me just call you, man. So I can explain to you like the world of the roast. X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. We talked. I get it, Kev. We had a great conversation. But that's what I mean when I say, hey, man, let me call the one person after. And that's before whatever you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That's immediate. Mm-hmm. Stack, hey, Tony threw one out there. It's this and this, but you do know that that's what this is a roast. But I just want you to know from my side, that man is on his own.
You ain't lead with that, Kev. You should have been leading with that the whole time.
Because I don't need to.
People just want to know you care.
I don't need to prove to people that I give a No, I don't.
Just this time. This one time.
No.
Yes, this one.
No. If you open that door, then that's
you're going to have to keep apologizing and keep apologizing and keep apologizing for every little fucking thing that you say. Fuck that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I ain't going to hold you. But like I said, what he should have did, call the family first, make sure they was cool with that joke. And also, I've never even heard of Tony before the roast, so I don't know his content, I don't know his comedy, but apparently from what they're saying, that is his comedy. So what exactly did you expect from him? I mean, he on the show, he on the roast. What did you expect from him? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's his comedy, I wouldn't expect nothing less, you know?
Door that people expect all the time. Why the f*** do I need to do that?
I think it's because of how much the George Floyd situation affected so many people. I think I get what you're saying and how you stand on your business, and I respect you for that.
I'm not talking about business.
Another backtrack. You see, the backtracking makes me so annoyed. Nah, bro. I don't gotta do that. I'm not doing that ever. No, I'm not standing on business. No, I just say stand on business. All right, man. But y'all let me know. People is really upset at Kevin Hart. They're on social media in droves, calling him all type of names, calling him all type of sellouts. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this, man? If you're still watching.
I don't know. Like I said, the roast as a whole wasn't very funny. Some of the people was funny. Some of the jokes was funny. Some of the sets was funny. A lot of it didn't land for me. So it was okay. They need to let me do my own roast. Y'all really gonna be offended then. Just know that. that. You feel me? But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this. Yeah, I got more videos to do. So let me know what y'all thought about this one. Like the video, comment, definitely subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.